So what is going on? So I figured it was about time to do a video about kind of an update on these Tusk Terrabite tires. I've been wanting to do this for a while and I just kind of kept putting it off, and now here I am. I just cleaned the garage, I got a clean machine, and I just bought a spare tire. You know, an extra tire, extra wheel to carry as a spare, so I've got a brand new one here to compare to, and everything just kind of fell in place, and it feels like now is the time. I'm gonna try and keep this short, and you guys that have watched my videos, you know I really have a hard time with doing that. But speaking of watching my videos, first just want to take a minute to say thank you. We just passed 1,000 subscribers. We're on our way to about 1,100 now, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for following the channel and following the build. And for those of you watching that aren't subscribers, I would encourage you to subscribe. Down at the bottom right hand corner of the screen, you'll see a little subscribe button. Click it, you'll be on your way. If you are into 50-inch machines, if you are into 50-inch trails, but yeah, if this kind of thing interests you, I would just encourage you to follow along. And say, for those of you that have, and for those of you that watch, I really appreciate it. But let's get back on track. The Tusk Terrabite tires. These tires now have 1,500 miles on them. I think I just hit, I might be a mile or two over, a mile or two short, but let's just say 1,500 miles on the Tusk Terrabites. Now I do have to clarify now, these are the original Tusk Terrabite tires. They're not the Kevlar or whatever the newer ones are. These are the original. Now I have to specify, because back when I bought these tires, there was only one Tusk Terrabite tire, which was these. But now, like I say, got to specify, not the Kevlar, just the regular. That 8-ply rated. They are DOT rated. So I did a video when I first bought them, explaining, first of all, why I bought this size of tire, and then kind of going into why I bought this tire in particular. I'm going to put a link to that up here at the top. Feel free to go check it out after this video. That explains the whys. I'm going to try not to get too much into that because I've already covered it, but go watch that video if you're curious as to why. Anyway, let's just get to it. So 1,500 miles. You know, they still look great. They're starting to round just a little bit on the edge, but not bad. I mean, they really are wearing really well. Now I should say, for the first year that they were on, so last year, I ran them at 15 PSI in the rear, 12 PSI in the front. The reason I did that was because that's what I had ran the stock tires at, so it just kind of made sense. And when I did it, I liked it. It worked out. 15 PSI, I believe, is the minimum recommended on the machine for the rear. It's the maximum recommended PSI for the front. So anyway, just that's where I was. That's what I ran them at. And the machine felt great. I drove them the entire season, last season, like that. So to update just on that point, this year in March when I went to Moab, I thought I'm going to air them down a little bit because I, you know, for the sand and the rocks and everything else, I aired them down just a little bit. So they were 13 in the back and 11 in the front when I went to Moab, and they worked great. And I got to tell you now, I think that's probably what these tires were designed for, was Moab, desert, that kind of thing. And they did not disappoint. They were amazing. They're amazing on the slick rock. They were awesome in the sand. Now Moab sand, I don't know about dunes kind of sand, but they were amazing. They were perfect in Moab. So back to the air pressure. Since Moab, I haven't changed it. I took them to Marysville to the Paiute Trail in June, and I left them at 13 and 11. Okay, I was on my ATV. My wife was in the Maverick Trail. I was kind of following her around. And just following her around, I could kind of, it looked like the rear tires were getting a little more contact to the ground, and this is all obvious, duh. But it looked like the contact patch was a little bit bigger. It looked pretty right following her around. And I've always known that with this tire in particular is, you know, the lower air pressure, the greater the traction is. But I've always been concerned, you know, with pinch flats and things like that. And plus I do like a little bit of a stiff sidewall. I like soft suspension and a stiff sidewall. So I never wanted to go too crazy airing them down. But at 13 and 11, just following her around, they looked great. And the traction improved dramatically, and that's where I'm at. So still now, 13 PSI rear, 11 PSI front, and so far I'm liking it a lot. So I have rotated them this year, this spring before Moab. I did rotate the tires. I did kind of a standard four-wheel drive rotation. Put this one to the back over there, that one up here, kind of a crisscross pattern, just to reverse them so I could start wearing on the other leading edge of the tread block. It worked great. I don't have as many miles on them post rotation as I did pre-rotation, but anyway, these that used to be on the rear have a little less tread on them than those that are on the rear now, just anyway. But I have rotated them once, and I think I'll just do that once every spring. But yeah, so far I'm a huge fan of these tires. They've done everything I've asked of them. Mud, now they're not a mud tire, and they're very clear about that. They don't market them as a mud tire. If you need a mud specific tire, this is not the one. I mean, and then they do really well in the mud that I've come across. When we went to Moab, there was a lot of mud. It rained the first day and a half we were there. It was just muddy, big time in Moab. They did great. A few mud puddles, and we ran into some in Mackey last weekend. We got rained on pretty hard for about a half an hour or so everything was nice and wet coming back out. And I avoid mud whenever I can. I hate taking the time to clean my machine when it's muddy. So I avoid the puddles, I avoid the mud whenever I can, but sometimes it's unavoidable. So if your riding is similar to mine and you hit mud when you have to, like I do, I'm telling you, they're great in that kind of mud. Now, I still haven't ridden them in snow. I don't drive in the winter. I don't ride in the winter. I don't really care about the winter. So I've personally never had them out in the snow, so I couldn't tell you. I've heard they suck, and I've heard they're great. So I don't know. I have no opinion. I've never taken them out in the snow. Everything else, they're fantastic. I still am a firm believer in this tire. I love this tire, and I love this tire so much that I bought another one. And my plan is from here, I mean, who knows? 1,500 miles, and they're barely worn. How long they're going to last me, I don't know. But in the future, so that one will go on the bike at some point. I'll buy 3 more new ones. Have the 4, and then take the best out of the 4 used ones, use it as a spare. So, I'm kind of committed to this tire, and I don't have any problems with them. I'll buy them again. I've said that. I said that last year when I put them on, when I did my initial review. I'd buy them again, and I still would, and I still will. For the money, I think when I bought these, I think they were about $95 a tire. Now they're somewhere around $100 or $105, something like that. But for the money, I think they're fantastic. And specifically for this Maverick Trail, I think they're an amazing tire to get rid of the stock crap tire. They fit on your stock wheels. You don't have to buy new wheels. These are 27 912s. Fit on the stock wheels for $400 plus whatever your tire shop charges you to mount them. You're into it, maybe $500 total. You cannot go wrong for $500. Get rid of the stock junk tires that are on your Maverick Trail. Put these on them. Makes a huge difference in the way the machine feels and rides and handles. The feedback through the wheel, everything about it. I said it back in my initial review. I say it again. Everything about this machine is better with these tires on it. Oh, so let's get to, I bought this handy dandy little finger dinger here. Should have bought a digital one. It'd be so much cooler, but I thought it'd be kind of interesting to compare. So here's a brand new one, brand new tire. I'm going to see if I can actually get it on the camera. Let's see how much tread a brand new tire has. I don't know, what does that say? 21 millimeters of tread on a brand spanking new tire. Confirm result. I'm going with 21. So brand new tire, 21. So let's check out this rear, which Used to be on the front. It was on the front all last season. It has way more miles on the front than on the back. But anyway, let's see where we're at. Try and put it in about the same place. And if I can get the camera to focus on it. 17. So from 21, we've lost 4 millimeters of tread. Let's see what this one is. Still going 17. So in 1,500 miles, 4 millimeters of tread, you know, out of the initial 21, you can do the math, whatever that is. I still have what? How much percentage of tread life left in them? I don't know. Point is that they really haven't worn. I ride them on asphalt. You know, part of the Paiute Trail is asphalt. Around here where I live, I have to drive on asphalt to get up into the mountains from here. I mean, they've been on asphalt, they've been on gravel, they've been on dirt, they've been in mud, on slick rock. I'll bet 2 millimeters of that 4 millimeters was on the slick rock in Moab, but hey, it's just theory. Anyway, there's a ton of life left in the tires. I was a little surprised by that. I know they don't look like they've worn much, but to actually see it. Small thing worth noting, and I don't know specifically why, but I have noticed that they seem to be a little bit louder on asphalt than they initially were. Now, when I first installed them and took them for a ride, I mean, they were almost whisper quiet on the asphalt. I was really amazed by that. They are not whisper quiet anymore. Could be the fact that the tread's wearing down. It's probably more due to the fact that I'm running a lower tire pressure. You know, the contact patch is bigger than it was. I'm sure that's the majority of it, but I'm going to throw it out there because it's something I noticed. It's something worth mentioning is for one of those two reasons, they are a little bit louder on asphalt than they were when they were brand new. If you own a Maverick Trail, any decent aftermarket tire is going to make a huge difference in the machine because the stock tires suck. I don't care how, in traction wise, the ACT tires were pretty impressive. I will give them that, but they're 4-ply, they're garbage. They will disappoint you. They will leave you stranded. They will go flat. I destroyed mine in 600 and something miles. They're soft, they're gooey, they're like marshmallows. I'm telling you, any decent aftermarket tire will make a huge and dramatic difference in the way your machine feels, rides, handles. But I think these tires look great on the Maverick Trail. I think it's the size that should have come on it. I think the tread's a good looking tire. I think the tread looks great with the stock wheels. Anyway, if you have a Maverick Trail, I cannot recommend this tire more for the money. You don't have to buy new wheels. You just buy tires, put them on your stock wheels. Keep your other ones as a spare. I don't care what you do. Use them to put around your tomatoes. I don't know. But anyway, quick little update on the tires. Been wanting to do this for a while. Wanted to do it outside, but the wind's blowing. So we end up back in the garage again. Why do I have a spare tire? Where am I going to put it? Well, that's in an upcoming video. Yeah, I'll have to hold tight for that one. Oh, crap! I'm going to end this video on a low note. I don't usually do that. I'm going to go with a con. I have a con about the Tusk Terrabite tires. About Tusk Terrabite tire. This one used to be on the back over there. This one has a very small leak. I mean, very small. So small I can't find it. If it sits for about a month, it'll lose about 2 psi of air. It's a super small, pretty much insignificant leak, but it does leak, and I don't know where it's coming from. Something happened to it in Moab. It's been doing that since I got back from Moab. So there we go. There's my complaint. There's my con. That is it. That is my only con. But it leaks. It might even be the valve stem for all I know, but it's such a small leak I can't find it. Done everything, I cannot find the leak. I'm not going to put stop leak in it. I'm not going to piss off the poor guy that has to change the tire next time. Anyway, it's fine. It's annoying. When I take it out to ride, I got to bump it up a pound or two, and I'm good to go. But there it is. I ended the video on a low note. if you can believe that. I'm getting ready for my last trip down to the Paiute here in a little bit. But yeah, stay tuned for whatever's going on with that. And hey, we'll see you guys in the next video. See you on the trails.